Hey everybody, we're doing a little work on the lathe today. I've got Mike's Terra low intermediate gear for his transfer case chucked up in these special dies I have. We're boring this. I just finished boring that for the Timken intermediate shaft upgrade, and I've shown this before, but apparently a lot of guys didn't watch it, or a lot of guys are making mistakes boring their gear. I took the time, I put these pie dies, they're aluminum, on a dedicated chuck. I bored them, precision bored those, so our center lines are true. Now I just heard from a guy who took his gear, he chucked it up in a 3-jaw chuck, he turned it, and although he hit his numbers right, he did not get this side concentric with the other side, so his shaft would not go through there. So he threw that gear out and he tried it with another gear, again holding it just in a chuck. This time he used a 4-jaw chuck, so he grabbed it in 4 places. The same thing happened. So he ruined 2 gears before he actually sent me one, and I bored it for him, shipped it to him, and his transfer case has been running good now for a while. These are tricky to bore. The gears are hard. This Terra low gear, this side wasn't so bad. The other side was extremely hard. I don't know why that is, but I've got a big boring bar here. This is a 1 1/4 boring bar, carbide insert, and I am spinning 287 RPM, and I can take about, on this side I was able to take a 40 thousandths cut. On the other side, which I'll show you, for some reason the other small side was much harder and I was only able to take a 25 thousandth cut. Your depth of cut is 485 thousandths. If you go deeper than that by more than a thousandth or so, you run out of thread and you can't put preload on your bearings, so be sure to get your depth perfect. They call for a 1/980 diameter there. That's a little big. It's just a light thumb pressure fit at 1/980. I like to go 1/979 and tap the bearing in there, and I'll show you that when we get over to the bench. But if you're going to try this, there's guys that are doing them on milling machines with boring bars. That works. You need a super rigid setup. I think the lathe is the best way to go, and I do so many of these that I set up the dedicated chuck, and it works real good. But let's take that out and I'll show you the other side. Okay, I think you can see that all right. Let's just pop this out. Now, for this, we're biting on the jaws right there. We're biting that outside diameter. Then I have a couple diameters bored in there because we're biting the inside and the outside. And then when you go to put it in there, it registers perfectly and it bites the same area and it grips every tooth. And then we can bore that side. It doesn't seem, you know, like I have to explain this, but there's a lot of guys that are just grabbing it in the chuck and they're having bad experiences. So be careful if you're going to do that. You could damage your teeth on your gear. Just be careful. Now this is just a manual lathe, and I got a Travadial right here. Get you in on that. Okay, I touch off right there, and then when I bring my carriage over, as I move my carriage in, I bring that guy around 4 times plus 85 thousandths, and I get a precision depth to my bore. Again, you could take your stuff to a CNC shop, and they might be able to do this for you. But remember, you're paying for their hundreds of $1,000s worth of machinery. Let's turn some lights out here and head over to the bench. And if there's anybody out there needs their gear turned, I do turn them, bore them, and put the cups in and the bearings, and I can supply you the advanced adapters kit and ship it back to you. Like this is a Terra low gear, so if you try it and you mess this gear up, that's a very expensive mistake. They're hard to get now. I don't know why, but they're tricky to get. So, but regular gears, Terra low gears, whatever. If you're not comfortable doing it, send me a comment below, and like I say, I do get those properly bored and shipped back out to you within a day or so. So this is the first step towards our Terra low gear install. I wanted to get this out of the way. Kind of dark over here, but I sandblasted the case. There's the cover. I got to clean the case out, and we'll start moving on with the Terra low gears. But just wanted to show you how I properly bore the intermediate gear. Okay guys, we've got our gear on a rag. I just want to show you the kind of fit that I like to get on these. When you get your instructions from Advanced Adapters, they're going to have you bore at 1/980. You're going to put that in, and it's going to be kind of loose. But then when you tighten up for your preload, that will hold this in there. I don't necessarily like to do it that way. I like to give it a little pinch fit. So I've got just a little aluminum driver here. Okay, see, we've got our other side in already. I think you can see that. Okay, that's the kind of fit I like in there. I like just a light hammer tap to get it in there. That way I'm not worried about this thing spinning in here. I'm not worried about it. If you don't have the preload right, or you lose your preload, or you don't set it right or something, I'm not worried about that spinning, making a racket and galling everything up in there and making a mess. A little light pressure fit like that, just a couple taps of a hammer is all you need, and that will be good for many, many years. So, I know I went over this before, but I felt I need to go over it again because I'm getting, like I say, there's a lot of guys apparently pulling their transmissions and transfer cases apart because it's super busy. There's a lot of guys messing stuff up. So, trying to bring out tips for the T90s and the Dana 18s for you guys that want to upgrade. This is a fantastic upgrade, this Advanced Adapters kit. I put them in every single one I do because I just can't trust the quality of the regular normal shafts, the hardened shafts, the needle bearings, the thrust washers. I just can't trust that anymore. This is the best way to go, and it's the first step to our Terra low install. So just another short one today. If you have any questions about doing this to your intermediate gear, or you need transfer case help or anything like that, just shoot me a comment below, and I'll see if I can help you out. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, you know I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you, and I will catch you on the next one.